Slava, I wonder if you could paint a picture for us of what's going on in your hometown of Kharkiv. What does your city look like?
Kharkiv is under shelling during all the war. But Kharkiv is a big city. Now many people still live in Kharkiv. All our infrastructure working, and cities live.
Absolutely.
I should mention that Kharkiv is only 19 miles from the Russian border. So it's really very much on the front lines. And it suffered a lot of devastation. And there are a fair amount of images in the film of buildings that have been destroyed and apartment buildings. And, you know, it's wanton destruction.
But Kharkiv is still alive, and people work, and our army try to defend every this building, every city, every village. Our anti-plane defense work incredible nice. They have not so many ammunition, have not so many weapon anti-plane to be safe, but they work hard.
And many people have been killed.
Yes, of course, it's maybe it's difficult to understand this, but human life of Russian troops, life of civilian Ukrainians, of civilian Russian, of all people in the world, it's not important for Russian government. They just need to take a territory. All another is not a matter for Russian government. It's tradition. It's
not only life of the people.
Yes.
They not interested for cities, for buildings.
Yes.
For all buildings, for culture. It's absolutely not interesting
because
for them.
all these occupied city, like Mariupol, like Bakhmut, like Avdiivka, completely destroyed. It's a flat place without building.
Empty space.
Empty space, absolutely. Absolutely, all occupied territory, absolutely abandoned, because it's not important for Russian, only territory expansion.
Slava, I want to ask you about being in nature. It seems like that's a very important part of your life together with Anya and with Frodo, your dog, but also maybe Ukrainians in general have that deep connection to being in nature.
Of course, it's our lifestyle. It's very important for us, all this walk and be in nature, but also we have it was very serious experience just in that moment, filming all this fine nature, because all this national park can be destroyed by Russian attacks. Many our national park destroyed. Many part of our nature damaged, and all these nice things, what we can see. Maybe it's last opportunity to film this. Maybe it's last opportunity to see this and show to another people.
And how is it that they can destroy a park? With bombing, with burning? How do they?
Of course, it's a huge
Craters
fire.
and
A huge fire.
yeah.
burned place thousands of kilometers.
Oh, wow.
Of,
Also, in addition to the burning and the bombing, there are many landmines that are placed into these parks. And as Slava visits them, both for inspiration and for filming, he's removing and disarming these landmines that are there to protect other Ukrainians who want to visit nature and continue just living.
Yes, of course, we visit a huge territory. Never can be demined during maybe hundreds years. Now, Ukraine is most mined country in the world.
Wow. More mines in Ukraine than anywhere else in the world. Amazing. It's a choice you made when you were making this movie, and you're also recording this as a record because you see that it's all fragile and that, like a little porcelain figurine, even nature can be destroyed. These people's lives can be destroyed. It feels so profound to go through watching this film because we are filled with that sense of what's precious and beautiful, and we're also seeing that it's at risk. So I want to ask you, Slava and Anya, your heart is still in Kharkiv, and your family and your friends. And so are you going back?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course. Of course.
And when you go back, will you be in more danger because of this film?
I'm not sure. Every man and woman in Ukraine, every who have a little Ukraine identity is under danger, is target.
So let's talk a little bit about what happens next. So your film has been successful in ways that I'm sure you couldn't have imagined. You just finished it. You went to Sundance. You got some great recognition there. You had another screening here, another great response from the audience. Obviously, this is a story that needs to be told now.
Absolutely. It's a pivotal time for Ukraine, and by extension, it's a pivotal time for the film to be seen by as many people as we can share it with. And at the same time, we're working very hard to screen this film in Washington. And when we have shared it with audiences, I've had so many people, and Slava has had so many people come up to them and say, how can we help? What can we do? And we've told them, your vote matters. However you choose to vote, think about how it will affect the lives of people in Ukraine, because you can make a difference. And people have said, what can we do personally? And we tell them there are organizations on porcelainwar.com that we know can give incredibly meaningful aid to people in Ukraine.
So I'll just reiterate, the website is porcelainwar.com.
That's right.
And on the website, there are some links to some organizations that can directly support the effort in Ukraine, bring supplies, much needed other things. And meanwhile, encourage your elected officials to watch the movie, screen the film, share the information, and remember that this is right now. This is ongoing. This is a critical moment in the war in Ukraine. And as I understand it, they're rationing ammunition at this time, and so there are some shortages just at the wrong moment, basically. And obviously, if people want more specific information, we're happy to share whatever we can through our website, eTown.org. Meanwhile, I just think it's an incredible story. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for making this film together, sharing your story. It's an important story. I hope more and more people get to see it soon. And thank you for being here at eTown.
It's an absolute pleasure, Nick. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
Something.
And Ukrainian people is really grateful for attention to us, to our problems, and to our war, and to our film also.
Yeah. Frodo's snoring.
Yes.
He's going to sleep.